This is our cricket legend Sunil Gavaskar. I have always noticed him wearing a skull cap rather than a helmet. So how is the skull cap protecting his head? That is what we'll see today. You can see his skull cap is majorly covering his temporal part here, temporal region. Okay, so there is something very important in the temporal region. In the temporal region, you can see there is a weak point called as a pterion, where four bones articulate, namely the frontal bone in front, parietal bone behind, sphenoid and temporal bone below. So all these four bones, as you can see here, is forming an alphabet, H-shaped alphabet here. Can you see this H-shaped alphabet with temporal, frontal, parietal and sphenoid? So this area is called as a pterion. So important thing is, this is a very fragile region, which is very, there is high chance for fracture if a ball hits here or if we fall from the motorbike or so. So what happens if there is a fracture here? There's an artery called as a middle meningeal artery, which is arising from the maxillary artery, which is, of course, as the name implies, it's adherent. It is sandwiched between the dura mater of your meninges and the skull bone. So this artery travels to the pterion. If a fracture occurs here, this artery is invariably going to get ruptured, and if this artery ruptures, the blood is going to get accumulated, as you can see, between the dura of your meninges, which is a thick layer, and the skull. So this will cause a pressure, a push, an increase of the arterial blood here, which will push the skull medially, which will also, so that the brain will try to escape out of the skull. So the only way for the brain to escape out of the skull is the foramen magnum. So when the brain tries to escape out of the skull through the foramen magnum, the brain stem gets compromised and the brain stem is injured, which will lead to brain stem injury and eventually death. Thank you.